Yemo bibi akwa about the Basmat Ghana update so we a news update for frokra ne de babe so mu. Abusia Canada compare kwa Japan kan okoka MPP ho eye campaign e de ma Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia e de confirm say de ono mo nenam no. Minim se no so ha alankojo chematin the movement no kakra de a esan se omagina Canada compare kwa Japan ono ankasa ne statement bi a o make in the past e de apanish MPP pa. Ni nyina ne se omo kiremu a e ade se onabo Canada compare kwa Japan na ankasa ene mre bi oba abonten e be kan se these people are just what refer to government and say they are looting the country as if there is no tomorrow. Just with Chiremua, na Canada compare kwa Japan person or chese aban no or the nsa mienu fum nyoma den na yade nso se wo fum ska no so wi a na o de akwa akosie abrochire na no na ala nkojo chematin omagina so e de panish Canada compare kwa Japan any MPP esanze omu chiremu a yade sei Canada compare kwa Japan e kan MPP fo ho na ono nso so enanim ne e koso wom e na ono na ba abonten e be kan sansem we se MPP fo e fum nyoma omu wi akeke enti se nei ono omu na wo ho no aka sa asem ne dia na esese Ghana fo ehwe MPP fo yi ene NDC fo nyina esanse omu nyina eyepe weba na we ebere kakra na we nsusu asoreko na we nsu aba abere kakra 8 years bia awusia me mpesa me kasa bewa bebese ebeko ne akwa akotie.
No wonder Honorable Ken Agyapong made some statement. I'm Obakai. I said these people referring to this government, they are looting Ghana as if there's no tomorrow. And when they loot, they send the money outside. This is Ken Agyapong's own statement. Nobody forced him to say it because I don't know no more. He is there with them. He said they are looting. You see, the difference between stealing and looting is that when somebody is stealing or taking nkakankra, looting or just and that is why today, if you go to our hospitals, people are suffering. If you go to our schools, children are lying on their belly to write because the money is with some people. We can't build a nation like that. You can't give this nation to political parties to take control, absolute control.
Okay.
Let's build a society where there will be equal opportunity. Tell me, I have 2 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys. My girls, we are fighting for a system. Politicians we wouldn't have to sleep with my daughter before Obinim. But what in American has we want a system that will provide equal opportunity for every Ghanaian child who we school. Let's say who apply in a forward. You better get a job to do. We check the unemployment rate in Ghana now, over 14.something%. Quite alarming. It's a national security issue. Cost of living in Ghana now, Evans. You go to the market, we know what I'm talking about. Cost of doing business in Ghana. Look at inflation rate, look at the exchange rate, and look at what is happening with interest rate. Now we a businessman, you can't even borrow. Because political parties, that is where they get their strength. And mama, there are people just about 7 years ago. Car time for minto. No more rent to today they own houses and they own cars. Oh, this government appointees. And nobody questions them. Nobody questions them. And we can't develop a nation like that, where people come and capture the state for themselves for 8 years. After that, they go. Other one comes 8 years. I say cycle. It's a power. Now say 8 years, Michael. So what do, Evans? I steal enough to make sure that my co-oppositioner, I best my opposition. And until some of us believe say this election is about the personalities. Mr. Alanchamatin, Alhaji Bawumia, Mr. Mahama, Chada, whoever. Let's examine them as individuals. Before I'm a politician, because who be a politician, you can fake. And people fake all the time. They become humble when they are not humble. They become sober when they are not sober because they won't pay to me. I'm by a politician. Checking out no broad boy, I'll just assign him per way. The Ghana 2 missions so to me, I shall so. And only no more here. And it's not baby to say, it's not about party politics, it's about Ghana. We are building a nation. And some catch say there's something wrong with what is happening. What is even worse is the system we are practicing. Evans, let's be honest. Winner takes all system. Acquire 8-year cycle of state capture. And this no meaning everything from contract to scholarship to recruitment to employment to appointment. Everything we are on a chefa. And yes, a part of me and Mochefo. Kuma bin Kofo, Kuma bin Omugusru. Omona Moche, no money Mobusia for. Into Omocha 8 years or Mokwa. Let's say MPP Suba, no more Baby the same thing. Into Aquaquaye 8 years cycle. Since 92, we reach 16 years, we reach 16 years. Now, Oman Bias, Bobra, after 32 years, that's a Uchi. Obisan will say, Bra no boy, Sebi, Akoye and Ankoye. Bibi actually say, after 32 years, this country has never been governed properly. We could have done far better than where we are now.
Okay.
And see, me dear say per se you moving forward. You share how to correct the system. If it's a question, last Black Star, or Central African Republic, even I mean to Ghana, young for Kotoko players and Kobo matching. And as young for how to folk play and Kobo matching. And also Olympics are Mediama players. But what did we do? We selected the best players in this country. You call Kotokoma, we take the best. You call Hatsma, you take the best. You call Amononia. Ghana for no one, we select the best. No more forming national team. No more representing Ghana. Because Omuminia and Yije Baba Ghana. But what in America say? I didn't see a better economy there. And the economy in Asha party bakunsa. So mu nimpo betumi ayo, omu nimpo betumi ayo, na nyina akwa akoda. Omu manager. Omu prayer in the end IMF. In the end, do so. Painful see, nyansa ni baku fotre. Say this crowd betumi aya, and after 16 years of money opportunity, nka Ghana ntisa. And people crowd betumi aya, nka Ghana ntisa. Nti yen support him as an enchamanto. We support him because instead of the winner takes all system no. Yen dey say the nkaboma buying a government of national unity neighbor. And he say you call NDC ma, we select the best in NDC. The best in MPP, the best was CPP, Ahimfo, Asofo, professors and doctors, some UCC, we pick the best from there. Civil society organizations, labor union, get the best from there. Ghana form IMF, World Bank, any UN, any other bodies, bring them home. Put your best together, like the way you form a national team. Now, I'm manage this country. Winner takes all. Because if you have all these people coming together, then you have a true representation of people from different angles. Sebi, our political party. Even what I say, instead of call a country like Benin, which used to be a very poor country, we knew Benin about voodoo, spiritual, in Zaman, and then Evans Manuka say, Benin. In the last 18 years, Benin has developed, has grown from, they are still, if you like, developing country, but since in the last 18 years, Benin, independent president, no mudi or first, it was Thomas Yayibone. After political party, Kereku, no issues, no say, okay, enough is enough. No more to my independent president for the first time, Thomas Yayibone. Omoto man no 21st 5 years, omo 5 years. O 25 years you know. No Kofi say, this is the best. Because I didn't come puntu about my no. Njomo another 5 years. O 10 years you know. Benin for us to almost sign to Obama another independent president. I friend Patrice Talon. We can say Benin president, we try the first 5 years, or try the last 5 years. Benin's economy is now considered one of the fastest growing economies in the world, not in Africa, in the world. Evans, what is more painful? They say Benin only depends on cotton and cashew. Cotton and cashew. This is what that is their resources. On the developing economy, we have gold. We have cocoa, we have bauxite, we have manganese. We mention all the resources MNDA will be. Yet Ghana, as I speak, businessman of Benin or Kobobosa, interest rate is not up to 7%. Businessman of Ghana, interest rate 35 to 40%. One is managing properly, one is mismanaging properly. That's the difference. That's why we are saying that. Say the main NDC MPP football ball bar ye bugu o man. At first na say what to say NDC for now say he is right. MPP for now say he is wrong. Dan say Senate then a Senate hotels are you see here Tony. MPP for now so there's nothing wrong with it. NDC for so there's everything wrong with it. The o man no ye NDC MPP. Nanke registration keke. Transfer of vote keke. So into Kowum, because political parties, that is where they get their strength.
All right. So, Mr. Bachman, I think say why enumerate number of issues are say do no the Ghana for ye 5 minutes. A Diana Alan Kojo chairman team ebeye say Ghana for nye ni mujidi na on fa 2 minutes nsem. Again, and a momo beye na mode assistance anima we 5 minutes.
Yes, Evans. So who stated Mr. Alanchamatene GTP? Look at Bibi Aba manifesto. Mr. Alanchamatene on the manifesto na deba or the plan. Because Omambia knew a way to because of manifesto. You need a plan to develop. And so with the party from what parties, the two parties are doing. He has put forward a plan which will be launched very soon. The plan is already out there, a public document. In the plan, watch how we fix Ghana's economy. The most important thing for us to do is to fix this economy first, because every other promise will depend on the economy. See, watch how to fix the economy, the macroeconomic environment, to make it sound, inflation, interest rate, and debt sustainability. Watch point A, B, C, D, how to fix it. Watch how we use agriculture, any industrialization to transform this country, to create jobs. Only say, Obi promise you say, may be biama or china. As I will be someone say, and then away, because what you did yesterday will make somebody believe what you promised to do tomorrow. But what in American I say, we are talking about Mr. Alanchamatene, a man, a konya wenye on a babo minano or excel. In fact, Evans, many people in Kofi Benin say same way. In 1994, me more some scenario. In 1994, Abra Mr. Mandela, Obinim prison. I obey president of South Africa for the first time. And the South Africa economy, it favored the whites. Until Mr. Mandela, here advice as to how to restructure the South Africa economy to favor the blacks, to create jobs, enterprises. So he invited experts from around the world. Evans would hear me, experts from around the world. Experts, invite them, they are less than 10. One of them was a 38 years old, if you like, a young man from Ghana. His name is Alan Agyapong. When Mr. Agyapong was 38 years, he was invited as one of the experts to advise Mandela on how to restructure South Africa's economy. I'm telling you, somebody, even at that age, at that time, the whole world recognized there's a black man in Africa. When it comes to economy, any management, any development, the same person in Africa, every job boom back on. Apart UN, any AU, United Nations, African Union, Omoban, who say, this is what you want you to do. We want to have one common market in the whole of Africa. Mr. Alanchamatene was the person who was given the job to create the biggest economic project in Africa, which is the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The black man did it. He is from Ghana. His name is Mr. Alanchamatene. He's done a lot. People say, Mr. Alanchamatene, when you sign your men, I didn't know when I'm born and I go for the month to say Ghana economy. The difference is this. Mr. Alanchamatene created or Nankasa or ordinance one district, one factory policy. No, we share MPP manifesto. Na partner ton sa policy ma Ghana for. Na Ghana for trouble more partner. Evans, one district, one factory. Minister for Trade and Industry. President's office. Which of the two should one district, one factory should go? Pocho, if I someone say question, what's here?
Ethiopia.
Me say Mr. Nchamantan or chop policy no. Party win the power no. Omo the one district, one factory no. Omo the share presidency for 3 years. Ministry of Trade and Industry because of internal politics. Because how can you obia nankasa policy or you're expert in industrialization, enterprise development, and now what's your policy? Now they are called votes. Now we win the power. Now one father now question the ministry, and that's the only ministry is supposed to be Ministry of Trade and Industry, one district, one factory. The question presidency for the first 3 years in the Nado's administration. Honorable Gifty Ohini Kunedu was the one in charge in the office of the president. Anko yenu no modiba Mr. Nchamantan. Short time no modiba no. Look at the factories he was able to create. He was a minister. He was appointee. So your president be chairman no. Okay. Mr. Nchamantan's term for the first 6 years, or your minister. Check the record. Ghana recorded trade surplus for 6 consecutive years. Check the record. Before that, recorded negative, which is deficit. For the first 6 years as a minister, even before he left, Ghana recorded trade surplus throughout. And I'm saying that this is the man who also drafted and wrote the policy for automotive Ghana automotive development, and then in the assembly cars for Ghana. 6th March, President displayed all the cars to Ghanaians. All these cars are being assembled in Ghana. Who wrote that policy? Mr. Nchamantan wrote it and led the team.
Okay.
And so we are talking about somebody. Why you be paying? Or say. So Makonya, with the plan at all. This is the plan, blueprint, roadmap. I want to use this to develop Ghana. No other person has been able to provide a roadmap. They have formed committees to come up with manifestos, which is only promises. A map, a plan gives you a promise and tells you how about achieving the promise. That is what Mr. Nchamantan does. That's why I'm saying that if you remove all their political party colors, so as individuals, Mr. Mahama, Alhaji Biaoma, none of them comes close to Mr. Nchamantan's record. And that is why Ghanaians must vote for him to be the next president.